Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show. We got Rudo and AJ coming to you live. Pretty cool thing that we do here, covering a hockey team. Pretty cool stuff.
That cool thing, though, Hall of Fame tonight. Really cool.
Much cooler than the game that we're about to cover.
Yeah, really, really cool. Really cool for Eric. Really happy for Eric and the entire Lacroix family that they get that honor tonight.
Yep.
Pierre was the man. We have a lot of our great and formative hockey memories.
Thanks to that guy.
In large part because of Pierre. So,
yep. There's some positives to take.
Yeah.
Even if the Avs hockey team isn't super one of them at this very moment.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, big picture, focusing on that and not the debacle that took place 2 days ago.
Exactly right. But the Avs have a chance to correct that error tonight and correct the error of their loss the other night against Seattle tonight. A bit of a wild roster coming into the night for Colorado. First of all, officially signed Kiviranta to an NHL contract. Woohoo! That is an appropriate response.
Kivy.
Secondly, both Sam Malinsky and Caleb Jones expected to play tonight on the defensive side.
Woohoo!
I feel like there are a lot of Malinsky believers out there, so they're going to get to find out.
Yeah, let's get some Malinsky magic up in this piece.
I'm here for it.
I can't snap like that, so.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't snap?
Pre-gout.
Sure.
Post-gout.
Breaking all your joint bones.
Yeah, I'm developing deformities on my elbows. It's fucking wild, man.
Tough life out here.
It's pretty weird.
But looking at that tonight, you're looking at a Colorado lineup where, not that this is different from any other night, but even more so, you look at the stars. Hey, those dudes got to put it into gear.
Yeah, wake up, guys. Dominate a game. Like, take over a game and dominate. And maybe it goes like the playoff series last year where it's not enough and you just don't have you don't have any help, whatever. But let that's whatever. Go out and dominate a game, man. I mean, God.
It's not that hard, right?
I mean, it's annoying to watch. It's annoying to watch when Quinn Hughes is the darling of the league because Cale Makar is showing up every third game.
Yep.
They've won all those third games that he shows up in. But come on, man. Come on.
Well, and the frustration there isn't that the Avs are struggling necessarily. It's that you know how much more they have in the bag.
Yep.
You know what they're capable of, and they haven't even come close to that in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah. Like the New Jersey game was pretty good.
but
It's
not
hard.
great.
It's hard to remember.
Sure. In the first Blues game, like, they won pretty handily. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
you haven't seen them come out and play A+ as a team. You've seen individual strong points, I think. But particularly, can we see McKinnon, Mikko, and Cale all going in the same game?
You know what we would call that? The power play.
Don't go -2 on your power play tonight, for starters.
I'm not even asking him to win the power play battle
Just
or the
don't
special
lose
teams
it.
battle. Just don't get, like, historically crushed in it. I'd rather give up 4 goals on the PK than what happened last game with 2 and 2.
Honestly, you're not supposed to stop the power play at least some of the time.
Jesus.
It was ugly. Certainly not pretty. And I want to talk about the confidence level of the hockey team, because is this something that they're struggling with right now? With particularly, you look at the first period of last night, puck's not going in for them. Is that something that they can work through on a mental level? Or is it something where eventually they just need a good bounce to go their way?
It's kind of both.
Okay.
Because part of working through it mentally is you're waiting for the bounce to go their way.
A good bounce never hurt nobody, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I am going to place a higher importance in this game on the first goal than I normally would, because we saw what it did last game where they got the first goal. St. Louis got the first goal. It's a really fortunate goal.
Definitely.
And Colorado responded with the way you would want them to. They played great for 8 minutes.
Yep.
They easily should have scored at least one, probably at least two. Like, I mean,
realistically,
geez,
yeah. But you don't.
You don't, and then you give up.
Yeah.
So I would say working through that mentally, working through the frustration of not finding immediate success.
Okay.
That takes resolve. That takes maturity.
Yeah.
To be committed to a process that is getting you 90% of the way there, and you're just trying to get the last 10.
For sure.
That's where it takes maturity. And I want to see that after an embarrassing performance like they had a couple days ago. I want to see an appropriate emotional response.
I don't want the Avs to fall behind in this game.
Yeah.
But if they do, you'd like to see a team that sticks with it a little bit. And to their credit, they did so the last game against Seattle. But they absolutely did not stick with it at all in the last game against St. Louis.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No kidding.
You would like to see a team, and I know we hate the full 60 phrase around here because it's just not really reality that you can play a great full 60 minutes. There's another team actively trying to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
But I would like to see a consistent emotional level from Colorado tonight.
Yeah, and I think this is where them playing Seattle is actually a benefit to them, because they know it's going to be war.
Yeah.
They know they're going to get in a rock throwing fight tonight with the Kraken. That's what the Kraken do. That's who they are. They make life absolute hell.
Yep.
On every team that they play against. So it's going to require the commitment.
Yep.
It's going to require quality process in order for them to win the game. They have to just stick with it, though.
Yep. Can't let anything shake you.
Yeah. And that's, I'm glad that they're not playing an equally volatile team that might give up halfway through a game.
And then they just get to coast.
I love that they're going to have to play a game. They have to put together 3 good periods of hockey.
Yep.
Kraken are going to get their chance. They're going to have their moments. They're going to score their goals. Whatever. You need a good performance out of them. You really need a performance out of Alexander Georgiev. Yeah. You need that guy to come back to earth.
2 or less tonight. Has to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Has to be 2 or less tonight. And not that... Look, I certainly still have faith in Georgiev as the Avs starter. It's not something I'm particularly worried about, but you got to play well.
You're starting to get into, okay, it's been a few weeks now.
Yep.
Like, there are bad stretches in a season, and this is about how long they get.
Yep.
You need to...
If your bad stretch is long enough, it's not a bad stretch anymore. You're just bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Seattle's 3 years into this with Philip Grubauer, so...
Yeah.
It's no longer, hey, it's just a tough time right now.
It's pretty tough when it's more than just a tough season for a guy. That's a tough sell. But Colorado, it's tough to say, oh, you need a better from this guy, you need a better from this guy. Because the reality is, after the last game, you need better from every single dude. Every single one of them has to be better.
100%. There isn't one single guy. Eric's rubbing off on me. There isn't one single guy out there from the last game where you're like,
do that again.
We're good with that.
No.
You know, you're going to have Kiviranta in this lineup now.
Yeah.
You now have 2 fourth line. You've gone from being like, hey, you kind of like this depth to like,
You're talking about McDermott and a guy who you signed yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, Frederick Olafson's like, man, What? I was part of one of the best fourth lines in the NHL to start the year.
What happened? Where'd they go?
Yeah.
But I think that even accelerates the picture a little bit more. And this is more so, honestly, probably for the defense. You're looking at a bottom 3 defenseman of Sam Malinsky, Caleb Jones, Jack Johnson. We've talked a lot about what Jack Johnson is and what he isn't this year. I think that's a pretty established, known quantity. But you need games out of Makar, Taves, and Byram to help protect a brand new rookie Sam Malinsky.
Yeah.
And a Caleb Jones that has been a tweener his entire career.
I would say that they really need to lean on that top three.
Sure.
But a Johnson-Malinsky third pairing is my hope.
Have Malinsky be the activator.
Yeah, and Johnson kind of the steady, reliable veteran that can,
sit back
all
and
those things
do the defensive
that we talk
stuff
about with those guys where, that they are like a third pairing.
Yep.
And Caleb Jones, you don't give him necessarily second pairing minutes, but you put him next to Byram.
He's paired with Byram, except for when Byram is shifting with an extra shift from Taves or whatever, or an extra shift with Makar.
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
one of the other upsides of Caleb Jones is that his whole career, left or right side, he's
Can
played
play
both.
Yeah.
And that's a good versatility tonight because you're missing Sam Girard and Josh Manson.
Yep.
So not having those guys, those are two guys that are playing on your right side on a regular basis.
Yep. So Jones does help fill that gap,
Jones
at least mechanically.
Jones and Malinsky should be together because they are both comfortable on the right side.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Realistically, expectations there for those two and Kiviranta too. Just try not to do anything too crazy.
Don't take penalties.
Okay.
Honestly, don't take penalties. And in the case of Sam Malinsky, do what you do, man.
Yep.
Don't worry about making a mistake. Yeah, attack. If he attacks up the ice and he does that, he makes a case to stick. He makes a case that says, oh, all right, this is actually pretty interesting.
Yep. The Broncos just get a pick,
so they can kick another field goal.
I'm not touching that one. Not touching that one.
Yeah.
The Avs have their own field goals to kick tonight.
That's kind of what I want. You were talking about you wanted a 6-0 or whatever. I want to see just like a grinded out 3-1 win.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want for an Avs game, I'd rather like a fairly boring 28-26 in shots on goal, good defensive effort,
outwork them,
win special teams.
Yeah.
Don't get overwhelmed.
Do all the small things right, yada, yada, yada.
Georgiev plays well. Your stars give you at least one.
Yep.
Go from there. That's what I envision as the perfect response game.
A repeatable, consistent hockey win.
Yes.
Would be nice. I don't know if I expect it, but it would be nice.
I don't expect it, but it is my hope.
That's all you can do sometimes is hope for the best. I have a very straightforward parlay for you tonight. For my bets from Bet365. It's boosted on Bet365 to plus 500. Avs win, McKinnon goal, Mikko goal. That simple.
Yeah, I saw that. I almost took that tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad bet, but
I decided to take Kraken to score first because
also not a bad bet.
It was plus money.
It's happened 9 times in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good chance it happens again.
Yep.
Hopefully not, though. I think it's interesting. When you look at Colorado's top guys, which you now have McKinnon and Mikko separated because of the loss of Lecky and how they're sorting their top 6.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's important for McKinnon to keep up with Mikko right now? I know you started to have the conversation of like, maybe Mikko is better than McKinnon right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fine? Can they continue going forward with that hierarchy? Because it's not like McKinnon's been bad. He's a point-per-game player right now. He's just not on a 140-point pace or whatever the craziness he was at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
He needs to pick it up.
Okay.
He does. There is another gear for him to get to. McKinnon in particular. Rantanen, it's only been a couple of games that I've not liked Mikko in. Otherwise, I've been pretty satisfied with the guy.
All right.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just haven't whined about him
Gotta
enough.
hate on Mikko some more and make good
Seriously.
things happen. It's what gets the Avs going, apparently.
It's provocative. Gets the Avs going.
It's going to be weird when the kids don't know where all those quotes come from.
We're starting to get a little
I know.
closer.
It's not young.
Yeah.
Not a young movie anymore.
Yeah.
Movie's old enough to drive a car, I think. So,
Well, it shouldn't do that. Movies can't drive, Rudo.
You don't know that.
Surely they taught Tiff that in her film studies.
Dude, they taught some dogs how to drive.
Herbie can drive.
That's not a movie, though. That's a dog.
If they can teach a dog, you can teach a movie, all right?
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
And cars.
One of my
Cars too.
philosophies to live by.
I don't think this has to be that complicated for Colorado tonight. The objective, of course, is always to win.
Yeah.
But you're not going out there saying, hey, we need to do this, 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 and this. You're going out there saying, just play solid hockey.
It's the opposite,
Yeah,
honestly.
right.
This is a not complicated night for them. Just do your thing.
Yep. Sometimes it's that easy. Do your thing with Bet365, where
Oh my
it's
God.
never ordinary.
They're going to fuck this up.
Of course, if you are gambling with Bet365 on Broncos field goals that just went through, but they might have called a timeout. No, there were no timeouts. It's fine.
That was awesome.
If you want to panic that much over a field goal, bet on it with Bet365. You must be 21 or older, Colorado location only. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER today. It's short and sweet, I think, for this pregame. Not a whole lot else to add because, yeah, Avs just have to go out and do it at a certain point. So there you go. There's the emoji for tonight. The shrugging man.
Kind of blends in.
It does kind of. You're wearing the same shirt. That could be you, AJ.
It could be me. It'll be me in like 2 years when all the weight is gone.
It's a goal to work towards.
Yeah. Being an emoji.
AJ becomes an emoji. That's how you get into the emoji movie, AJ. You're on your way.
I can't wait.
We're wrapping up this pregame. No watch along tonight because the Broncos are obviously going on. But we will be live postgame in the middle of the night as usual to break down whatever happens in this Avs game, good or bad. We hope to talk to you there. We will see you after the game.
We all silly like the mayor.